Driver movement was minimal this Cup Series free agent cycle. Really, the only notable moves were Zilich to Trackhouse, Suarez to Spire, and Haley back to Trucks. But those were significant seat swaps, and in the Craftsman Truck and O'Reilly Auto Parts series, we've seen far more interesting driver moves, and many seats are still unfilled. So before all this movement becomes too much for my small brain to keep track of, I wanted to put the 14 new driver team combinations on a tier list of sorts and talk about some way too early 2026 expectations. We will begin with the waiting for a spark category. I'm waiting for these drivers to show me something. Daniel Dye is joining Kaulig Racing, will be part of Ram's new Truck Series operation. Last time Daniel Dye was in the trucks, it was 2 years ago. His teammate Christian Eckes stole the spotlight. Eckes had multiple wins, top 10s every week, while Daniel Dye was just kind of hanging around. It's cool that Daniel Dye will be a part of Ram's NASCAR return, but he's the third guy of the 3 drivers they have announced so far. Brendan Queen is a proven short track winner, a proven ARCA winner, and Justin Haley is a proven Xfinity Series winner. What is Daniel Dye? Hopefully he turns some heads this year. Then there's Josh Williams going O'Reilly Auto Parts Series with DGM Racing. There's nothing wrong with moving back home for a bit. Williams had an opportunity with Kaulig, jumped at it. It didn't really work out. He returns to familiar territory. I like Josh Williams, but let's be honest. Despite spending almost 2 years at Kaulig, he still does not have a standout signature moment. He's still most remembered for defiantly parking his race car on the front straightaway at Atlanta. That's a problem. That's why he's in this tier. Then there's Parker Retzlaff, who's joining Viking Motorsports, the 99. I hear all the time about how fast Parker Retzlaff is, the raw talent and potential he possesses. But outside of an incredible qualifying effort last spring at Rockingham, where he qualified on the front row, I have not personally seen much from Parker Retzlaff to get excited about. I said it last week, Retzlaff's teammate Brennan Poole outran him all season, and Poole didn't have leased motors. So, I mean, Viking Motorsports will be closely aligned with RCR next season, so Retzlaff should outperform his 2025 results. Time will tell. I'm still looking for a spark. And then there's Ryan Ellis, another driver that I know pretty well. Ryan's a good dude. He's worked really hard to stay in the sport as long as he has. Now he's joining a growing and expanding O'Reilly Auto Parts Series team. He has some good sponsor support. This is a good opportunity for Ellis to hopefully show us something behind the wheel. He can drive the car, hold his own, but can he elevate his equipment? This may be the year we find out for sure. Time for our next category, our next tier. I call this one, Is It a Step Up? Daniel Suarez to Spire. Is that a step up for Suarez? It might be. Sure, he lost his seat at Trackhouse, but Trackhouse's performance has kind of plateaued the past couple of years. Spire Motorsports may not quite be at Trackhouse's level just yet, but they're an ascending team. Their ceiling could still be higher than Team Trackhouse. So maybe, this is a big maybe Daniel Suarez just got an upgrade. I'll have to see it first to believe it. Daniel Suarez was 29th in points last year for Trackhouse. He's getting into a car that was 31st in points last season, so they're going to have to crawl before they can walk before they can run this year. Then in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series, I've got an eye on Harrison Burton joining Toyota, joining Sam Hunt Racing full-time. Burton had a really solid 2025. After losing his Cup Series seat, dropping down to Xfinity, joining a team that severely struggled the year before, expectations were not great. But Harrison went out there, made the playoffs. That playoff opener at Bristol had a tremendous run. Sam Hunt Racing isn't Joe Gibbs, but they do get Toyota support. This could definitely be a top 10 team in the O'Reilly series this year. Could be a step up for Harrison Burton. And Justin Haley, moving down to the Craftsman Truck Series. I used the word down, but in a way, this could be a step up as well, because in Cup, I just mentioned it. Justin Haley was a 30th place driver, 30th place car every week. With Ram, with Kaulig, this could be a Friday, Saturday contender. We know Justin Haley and Kaulig Racing get along great. There's a strong foundation there. I'm not sure how the paycheck compares Cup to Trucks, but from a competitive standpoint, I think you could argue this is a step up for Justin Haley. Next category. These young O'Reilly Auto Parts Series drivers have an amazing opportunity in front of them, beginning with Corey Day to Hendrick, the 17, full time. He drove this car part-time in 2025, made 11 starts, averaged a 16th place finish. I'll give Corey Day this. He didn't blow anyone away this year, but he was challenged. Like, they didn't just run him out there at, super speedways, or it's not like they only went to tracks that are right in Corey Day's wheelhouse. No, he made his series debut at Martinsville. Finished the season really strong, 3 top 15 finishes in a row, including a 4th place finish at Las Vegas. He'll have the same crew chief, Adam Wall, next year. When you wear the Hendrick Motorsports logo on your chest, there is pressure. Hendrick going full-time in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series will be interesting. This is an amazing opportunity for Corey Day to continue his development. It's also an amazing opportunity for one of Toyota's top prospects, Brent Cruz, joining Joe Gibbs Racing full-time. Well, there's an asterisk there. He's going to miss several races at the beginning of the season because he's not old enough to race full-time just yet. I feel like this has been said in other places, but it seems like Joe Gibbs Racing is hoping that Brent Cruz develops quickly enough to be considered Denny Hamlin's replacement in 2 years. Now, you never know. A veteran option could be available. I mean, JGR, I'd say, hit a home run with the Chase Briscoe signing last offseason. But it's clear that Joe Gibbs Racing and Toyota have high hopes for Brent Cruz. He has never made an Xfinity Series start in his career, so this will be quite the leap. This past season, he ran part-time trucks for Tricon, looked all right. He ran part-time ARCA, won 4 races, looked good, did what he was supposed to do. And he's getting into a car, the 19 car, will be the same crew chief, Seth Chapka, same car, same team that won the Owners' Championship in 2025 with Eric Almirola. Brent Cruz is not Eric Almirola, not yet. But the hope at Toyota is that one day he will be better than Eric Almirola. It's not going to happen next season, but he has a chance to make a very strong first impression. Amazing opportunity for Brent, and this is an amazing opportunity for Rajah Caruth, Junior Motorsports. Another one I'll put a slight asterisk next to because, yes, while Rajah has said he expects to race full-time next year, he will not make every start in Junior Motorsports equipment. I think there's talk that he might fill out the few remaining races with Jordan Anderson, with other Chevy teams. Time will tell. But the bulk of next year's schedule, you can expect Rajah Caruth in that Junior Motorsports 88 car, the same team that just set records with Connor Zilisch behind the wheel. Marty Lindley is expected to return. I like Rajah a ton. I think he's developed nicely in the Craftsman Truck Series. He's been able to win a couple of races, made a solid playoff run this year. If he doesn't get a tire cut down at Martinsville, he may have been in the championship 4. But it goes without saying, this is an incredible opportunity. Great race team, great resources. With all that great speed comes great pressure. There's a lot of pressure on Rajah Caruth next year to prove the doubters wrong. No one's expecting a Connor Zilisch type season. That would be unrealistic, but he needs to win. Probably should win multiple races, if we're being completely honest. Huge opportunity for those young drivers. Next category, speaking of Connor Zilisch, I can't wait to watch what Zilisch does in the NASCAR Cup Series next year. Joining Trackhouse, the 88 car. Really, it's last year's 99, although it's a different crew chief, Randall Burnett, joining the team. Connor Zilisch, fresh off one of the greatest Xfinity Series seasons we have ever seen from a veteran or a rookie. All eyes will be on that 88 next year, like it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. driving it once again. Okay, maybe not quite the same, but I'm excited to see what Zilisch can do. He's going to struggle some next year, for sure. I think it's important to set that expectation early. He's getting into a new car. Again, this was the 99 car, which struggled most of the 2025 season. I know it's a new crew chief. I like Randall Burnett, but he's had 2 pretty lackluster years in a row at RCR. It is going to be a process, but man, I cannot wait to watch how Connor Zilisch handles the grind Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. Physically, I think he's an incredible talent. He's adaptable. He's already proven he can bounce back from injury. Mentally, I've said it before, he's 19 years old going on 39 years old. Super smart, super mature, humble in victory, gracious in defeat. He can be self-deprecating. He understands. This is going to be a challenge. I think he's ready to take it on. He may only contend at the super speedways and road courses, but still, I cannot wait to watch the early days of Connor Zilich's Cup Series journey. I can't wait to watch Brendan Queen at Kaulig Racing, the face potentially of Ram Truck's foray back into the NASCAR world. I know they might get some all-star superstars to fill out their part-time truck, but as far as their full-time lineup is concerned, I think Brendan Queen will lead the way. He's the oldest of the group. He's a seasoned short track, seasoned late model, successful late model driver. Did everything he was supposed to do in ARCA this year. I think Butterbean, his character, the hair, the name, the look, the vibe, fits Ram's rebrand perfectly. I can't wait to watch Brendan Queen hopefully lead the way for Ram Trucks in 2026. And then finally, our final category up here at the tippy top. These are the guys who I think will be Craftsman Truck Series championship favorites. Christian Eckes is returning to McAnally, will drive the 91 truck next season. Last time he was in one of those trucks 2 years ago, Eckes won 4 races, finished top 10 in 22 out of 23 races, was in the championship 4, was phenomenal. Now, he will have a different crew chief next year than he did 2 seasons ago, but I expect Eckes, regardless of format, to be one of the toughest guys to beat week in, week out. Even this year, with Kaulig in the Xfinity Series, Kaulig had a down year. Eckes still led the team, 13th place points finish as a rookie. Dude can drive. I think he'll show us that once again in trucks next season. And I'm going to finish with Caden Honeycutt. And there's another asterisk here because Honeycutt has not officially announced his 2026 plans, but it's been mentioned by reporters. It's been mentioned on official broadcasts that Honeycutt to Tricon Garage is essentially a done deal. Is he going to directly replace Corey Heim, who might run a part-time? That is all TBD, but Honeycutt, Tricon, that's a championship combination, in my opinion. Shoot, Caden Honeycutt almost won the Truck Series title this year, splitting time between Nice Motorsports and Halmar Friesen. Put him in a truck anything like what Corey Heim had to work with this year. This will be one of the championship favorites, no doubt. I've been on the Honeycutt hype train for a couple of years now. Ton of speed, ton of potential, a little over-aggressive at times, and I've criticized him for that, but I think he's got the right approach, the right mindset. Put him in a Tricon truck with all those resources full-time. I expect them to make some magic happen. So there are my free agent moves tiers so far. Again, there are still a ton of seats in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series and the Craftsman Truck series that haven't been filled out just yet, but it's going to get messy this winter. I wanted to have some fun, talk about these drivers before it became unwieldy. How do you feel about my tier list? Would you move any names around? Would you rename any of my tiers? Let me know down in the comment section below. I appreciate y'all tuning in, having some fun. I know the last few days have been bogged down by the antitrust lawsuit, exposed text messages, threats of legal action, and we've talked about all that. You can find it on my channel, but I wanted to break up some of that monotony with some good old-fashioned racing talk, because regardless of what happens here in a few days, the next few weeks, there will be racing next year. We will see cars on track. There will be exciting door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel action. So I wanted to spend some time today talking about some of the stars of our sport, some of the up-and-coming stars especially. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you again real soon. Have a great rest of your day.